approves policy to reduce cost of medical consumables for Nigerians, just as it is administering group life assurance scheme for federal public servants. US President as a Saudi Arabia for decisions reached at the Federal Executive Council meeting chaired by President Bola Tinubu at the State House Abuja on Monday. The coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, said Medipol is a group purchasing organization for competitive pricing and to be a supplier of essential medicines and healthcare products across Nigeria. The Federal Executive Council awarded a 2.3 billion naira contract for the procurement of a state-of-the-art cardiac catheterization medicine for Usman Danfodio University Teaching Hospital in Sokoto. According to him, Medipo was developed to consolidate the demand from basic healthcare centers and federal tertiary hospitals, enabling the government to leverage bulk purchasing power to lower medical costs. Also, the Federal Economic Council (FEC) has approved 2025-2026 Group Life Assurance Scheme for President Tinubu's personal assistant on special duties, Mr. Kamaruddin Yusuf, made this known in a statement on Monday. Mr. Yusuf noted that 17 insurance firms have been appointed to administer the life assurance scheme and ensure families of federal civil servants are not left without support when their relatives pass on. The aide further noted that this scheme is more than a financial safeguard for federal public servants, but also reveals the President's commitment to ensuring the welfare of civil servants. Among the beneficiaries of this scheme are President Bola Tinubu, Vice President Kashim Shettima, other top government officials, and federal public servants in ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as military and paramilitary personnel. The federal and state lawmakers have been tasked to rise to enact laws that support intelligence-driven and security measures and step up action against escalating insecurity across the land. Conference of Speakers of States, Houses of Assembly Chairman, the Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyi made the call in Abuja on Monday. In identifying security as a major challenge, the chairman of speakers said nothing should be the loss of lives in the country. According to him, it is not just enough to condemn acts of terrorism, kidnapping, and other forms of criminality. The legislature must rise to the occasion and enact laws that support intelligence-driven security measures. He said one of the several ways of addressing the security challenge is for leaders to rise above partisan interest and regional differences. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo, has unveiled a new insurance policy to transform Nigeria's aviation sector with a revised regulations specifically designed to ease aircraft financing and support the growth of local airline operators. The minister announced this in a statement by the spokesperson to the ministry, Mr. Odutayo Oluseyi, on Monday. While flagging off the new era of insurance regulation, the minister said the revised insurance regulations are expected to boost the aviation sector, improve irrevocable de- deregistration and export request authorization, allow local operators to cede up to 90% of risk to international markets under certain conditions, and it is in line with the Cape Town Convention, which gears towards acquisition and financing of aircraft. He added that the focus of the ministry is on investor friendliness, empowering the local operators, ensure compliance with international standards, and drive growth and development in the aviation industry. You are listening to the Midday News on OGBC 90.5 FM. US President Donald Trump this Tuesday arrived in Saudi Arabia at the start of a 4-day visit to the wealthy Gulf region, focusing more on economic deals than regional security matters, ranging from war in Gaza and talks on Iran's nuclear program. With a WHO's pool of powerful American business leaders in tow, President Trump is visiting Riyadh, site of a Saudi-US investment forum, before going to Qatar on Wednesday and the United Arab Emirates Emirates on Thursday. He has not scheduled a stop in Israel, a decision that has raised questions about whether the close ally stands in Washington's priorities. President Trump is hoping to secure trillions of dollars of investment from the Gulf oil producers. Saudi Arabia has pledged $600 billion, but Trump has said he wants $1 trillion from the kingdom, one of the Washington's most important allies. United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres on Monday said reforming the global body will require painful changes in staff reductions to improve efficiency and deal with chronic budget constraints. Member states on Monday said that the shared goals has always been to make the organization more efficient, to simplify procedures, eliminate overlaps, and enhance transparency and accountability. The proposed restructuring within the Secretariat include merging units from the Department of Political and Peacebuilding Affairs with the Department of and Geneva, expensive cities. It did not directly address those changes, but indicated that clusters working on similar issues would propose reforms and potentially some structural changes. In another development, the United Nations has called for urgent de-escalation in Libya's capital emergency lockdown. The appeal this Tuesday came as residents reported hearing heavy gunfire and explosions across multiple neighborhoods from about 9 p.m. on Monday. In a statement shortly after the clashes began, the United Nations support mission in Libya, UNSMIL, said it was alarmed by the unfolding security situation in Tripoli, with intense fighting with heavy weaponry in densely populated civilian areas. Libya plunged into chaos following a NATO-backed uprising that toppled and killed Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. The oil-rich nation has been governed for most of the past decade by rival governments in eastern and western Libya, each backed by an array of fighter groups and foreign governments. On sport, Novak Djokovic and Andy Murray have ended their coaching partnership after Djokovic enlisted old adversary Murray joined his coaching team ahead of the 2025 Australian Open, where he reached the semi-finals. The Serb had said he hoped to work alongside Murray through to the fine French Open and Wimbledon, but the pair have parted company 12 days before the tournament start at Roland Garros. A sound health is vital to the fulfillment of any aspiration. Promote healthy living at all times. To end the midday news, another look at major items. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, in Abuja on Monday said the federal government has approved a new policy known as Medipool to lower drug costs for Nigerians. President Bola Tinubu's personal assistant on special duties, Mr. Kamaruddin Yusuf, in a statement, said the Federal Executive Council on Monday approved 2025-2026 Group Life Assurance Scheme for federal public servants. He also urged that U.S. President Mr. Donald Trump this Tuesday arrived in Saudi Arabia for a 4-day visit on economic deal. The Midday News was edited by Adebanjo Wahab and broadcast from OGBC, Abeokuta. For exclusive programs and the latest news updates, visit our website at ogradio.ng. Follow us on Facebook at Ogradio, Abeokuta, and on X handle at OGBC 905 FM. You can also listen to OGBC on the Radio Garden.